Well, howdy, folks. It's Wednesday. This ain't right, is it? I didn't think so. Anyway, regardless, I'm here. So, good morning, Ronald. Appreciate you dropping by. So if you follow me on Twitter, I shared yesterday that I was going to have a surprise day off today. And I was the first most surprised person when I found out I was going to be off today. So, kind of ties back into what I was talking about the other day with the whole overtime cutting out thing, blah, blah, blah. Budgets are being reduced, so, you know. Anyway, it is what it is. I can't do anything on my own to change it, so I'm just going to make the best of it. And one of the best things I can think of is, of course, coming out here in the shop. So, anyway, I'm out here, and I did about an hour stream on Twitch. First time I've ever streamed on Twitch. And I just wanted to play with it to see, as far as other platforms out there, just to see if there's anything easier to use than YouTube, or, just kind of broaden my horizons a little bit. No particular reason, really, but anyway, so what I did was I got in the mail today. Let me switch you around here. Using the new camera apparatus, which you can see here, I have lights set up all the way down. Got some white backboard to help with the lighting a little bit. And then, of course, I got my camera arm mount. Comes all the way up here. And that will hopefully make things easier. But I got a mess of keys, as we say down here in the South. Got a mess of keys today. It was an eBay purchase. And they're all old keys, old bit keys. And so what I did was I found this one in particular, that would fit this old Corbin I shared with you guys a while back. And I had to cut some notches in there in the sides of it for the warding. And then I came over and basically cleaned up what I could of the gunk that's in there. I still have some stuff in there. So I'm going to finish that up over here. I brought the accidental table over here with me. And anyhow, we're going to set up as best we can. And we're just going to finish cleaning this up. Nothing earth-shattering happening. So, good morning, Alpha Centauri. Or good evening where you are, I believe. I believe it's evening for you. So yeah, not much really happening today. Just out here in the shop. So, feel free to drift in, drift out. I know it's a Wednesday morning where I am, well, almost noon, but, we're just going to be hanging out here in the shop. So, if I am going to be using my Dremel, so may want to do a headphone warning if you're listening to headphones, and we'll go as long as my poor wire brush will hold up. I don't have a spare. And trying to get the lighting situated. There we go. That way it's not too badly in the way. Y'all can still see a little bit. There we go. Alright, so let's get this Dremel fired up and finish cleaning out some of this. And then I will clean up the key that I made. And we'll start putting this thing back together with some rust protection. That way it can live another, probably about 120, 130 years maybe. So here we go with the Dremel. Good morning, Chuck Newell. Glad you stopped by. I don't think I've seen you in any of my other lives. Today's just going to be just kind of out here in the shop, like I was saying. So, not much, like nothing earth-shattering going on. Just trying to get my camera adjusted a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's better. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm actually going to switch some plugs around real quick. That way I can have battery going to camera. But yeah, just messing around with this old lovely Corbin that I've had sitting out here for a while. Just getting it cleaned up. Morning, Pete. Bit noisy today. Bit harsh for a scratch and sniff. Yeah, Pete, it is a little noisy today. I apologize for that. So you can tune me down, turn me down a little bit while I'm doing this. It's just piddling in the shop day today. So again, nothing earth shattering. And folks, feel free to drift in, drift out. Like I said, because I know it's Wednesday and people are working. Normally I would be working, but anyway, all right, let's get back to this. So here's the Dremel. It's looking pretty good there. Let's see. I've already gotten most of all of these to a point where I like them. The bolt especially. It's nice. And just a couple other little parts here. The lever and the latch dogging. So now I'm going to work on the key. Tell you what, the little bristles from these brushes love to get lodged everywhere. So look here. Hey, pocket women. Glad you're here. Yeah, Ronald, if I had if I could afford a small one, a small sandblasting cabinet, I definitely would. That's exactly what I need in this case. Pocket women, glad. Let's see. Yeah, sorry about that. I think we're almost done with it. Because I don't have much of a brush left. But I wanted y'all to see on this key here. This is Lockwood, number 2. And then the date on there, 1898. Which, of course, this isn't a Lockwood, but I got it to fit. It actually fits and works perfectly. So that's the key we're going to use for it. And actually what I'm going to do, let's see. There we go. A little bit better there. Yeah, I hate going to the dentist as well. I mean, I don't hate it, actually. And actually, I used to really enjoy it. I haven't been able to go for a regular cleaning in a while, because I don't have dental insurance. But, just getting your teeth cleaned actually, to me, is sort of relaxing and therapeutic. But the last time I went, they had to use a drill, and I was not a fan of that. That whole process was not good. And I had cavities before when I was a kid, but this one was actually more of a cavity and almost turned into a crack, so it was not fun. Oh well, Pete. Yeah, I had to have my wisdom teeth taken out when I was 17, and that was kind of fun for me as a 17-year-old, because well, I mean, I'm weird, let's face it. So, but it was kind of fun. It was also my first and only experience with taking pain pills. So it was sort of like a vacation from my family for like 3 days. Stay at home vacation. They were still there. But I would not want to have the procedure again today. So anyway, I am going to use the Dremel a little bit more, but just with the soft bristle brush, just to try to get some of this off of here. And then we'll move on to whatever the next step is. Alrighty, pocket women, we should be done with the Dremel now. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that you had a issue going on with that. Otherwise, yeah, that kind of sucks. Let's see here. Anyway, all right. So the next step I want to get to is degreasing this, because eventually I'm going to paint it. You know, obviously you need to paint it to keep it from rusting again. Yeah, Pocket Women's got a point. Remember what happened to Lockpicking's gal with the broken tooth. So definitely make sure you get that taken care of. I was lucky and got mine caught fairly early and didn't have any complications out of it. And again, it wasn't really broken. It was just where the cavity was, like in the middle and the very back molar. So let's see here. All right, yeah, Pocket Women, we're done with the Dremel today. I'm unplugging it right now. Actually, I don't see any more need for it, so I'm gonna set it aside. Let's get this turned a little bit different again. I love being able to have a number of options now with the camera and the angles, and not having to really like struggle to make it happen. So let's get our handy shop towels out. Hey Sharon, Anthony, thank you for coming over to my inaugural Twitch stream. I'm not sure, I might do some more over there. It's different, something to get used to for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of looking for something a little bit different, maybe. But I like this. So this is where we shall stay for a while. Now, let's see. I do not have any containers. What we'll do, I've got some Simple Green, which is just a degreaser solution. Obviously, I'm not gonna take the time to let these soak. I've already done that before. The first time I ever cleaned these up. That key I'm gonna lay over there. And then we'll just move that here. Pocket Women Twitch is another streaming platform, and it was, from what I can figure, what I know of it, which still is very little, it was designed for like online gaming, to be able to share one person's gameplay over a live stream, and then have a chat, community, whatever. But it's of course expanded to where you have more stuff than that on there. And it's just a different platform. The actual streaming controls are a little bit better than YouTube. Look at how wonderful that is. Yeah. The actual streaming controls are a little bit better than YouTube's, I believe. This is my opinion, and I didn't even play around with a lot of them, but it gives you a little more access, a little more control, and it was easier to set up. Like, all you do is use the Twitch app on your phone and then log in to your account from the website, and you've got control over it, which I know that's how YouTube works if you have 1,000 subscribers or more, which I'm getting close to, but you know, let's see. I'm gonna need to grab some water to rinse this off. In fact, before I make too much of a mess of this, give me give me just a couple minutes, and let me run inside the house and grab some cleaning stuff real quick. I need some water because I still don't have the water hooked up out here in the shop, and I want to be able to rinse these parts off. So give me less than 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we're back. Got a couple containers and some water. Let's look at the chat here. Okay, not much. Okay. Pocket women, actually, to answer your question, probably one, like a key, like one of these. I was showing these earlier. I'll come back to them. This was an eBay lot that I got. I actually bought it, like, I think it was back before New Year's. It just now got here, but these are just old bit keys, and got a few more over here. Open the box, but most of them are already cut, and a lot of them are rusted in dire need of some care, but that'll be another project. But no, actually, to answer your question, the first locks that I really, or the first keys that I ever really had were older ones like that. And that was back when I was a kid, you know, over 30 years ago now. And I would ask around for old keys, and I guess I've always had an interest like that in locks and keys, but kind of grew out of it when I hit my Star Trek and Star Wars phase. But anyway, so yeah, those were my oldest ones. I don't know how old they actually were or not, but we're not going to do anything real long with this process. We're just going to knock the grease off of it. Yeah, Pete, actually, I know you're over in the UK, and in one of my eBay feeds came up, it was actually an auction over there in the UK, and it's for this really ancient church door lock, and it still has like the wooden trim. It's encased in wooden trim. It's metal, but I mean, I would love to have that old lock. It's an old warded lock, and the same seller has like several other ancient looking warded locks, and some of them have keys. I mean, to me, you know, just the history going back, what did those locks secure against? You know, I mean, this one that I'm working on right now was made in the 1890s. So you have to think, you know, what was it protecting back then? You know, was it just a maybe a door to a shed? Or, of course, this is more the equivalent of a night latch. So was it protecting a family at night? Was it, you know, what was it on? And that just fascinates me. You know, now that I'm learning more and more about locks every day, what did these old locks actually do? And, you know, where were they? Like, this one just came from eBay, and I asked the seller if they knew any history to it, and they didn't. Just got it part of a salvage lot. So, you know, I think that's what draws me to older locks like this. Since I've been learning about them, I really enjoy it. Really enjoy working on these. Feel like I'm trying to make fried chicken or something. You have your drench and then your dredge. But here you have your drench, or your rinse and then your clean rinse. Let's see. Just wet these off a bit. Eventually I'm going to paint this, like I was saying, and I might actually get started on that today. We might actually move out to the messy side of the shop, since, you know, the other weekend when I cleaned up this side, the other side is now the really messy side. And I know some of these, you know, I don't know if, like, this bolt, you know, like what I'm working on right now, you know, I don't know if the best way to treat that is to get like a clear lacquer, but since it's moving, I don't know how well that would really protect it, you know, because anything that you spray on is going to be, you know, that's moving, it'll wear off pretty quick. I mean, not that I'm planning on using this in an everyday application, but, you know, I don't want it to just break down either. Ooh, this water's cold. Sitting out in the laundry room, there's no heating or air vents out there. So what are y'all up to today, huh? I was talking at the start of the video that due to budget cuts, I am off today. You know, I mentioned the other day about my overtime getting cut, and I got news yesterday that it's actually going to be all of the overtime. Not just mine, it's everybody's. So they're not like singling me out or anything like that, but apparently I will be having a number. Well, actually, I will be, for the foreseeable future at least. Sorry, I'm trying to move this rinse water over here next to the sink. I will actually have one day a week off during the week, which I really don't mind that. It's just the money part of it that bothers me. So let's see. Looking back over y'all's comments. Let me look here real quick. There we go. Do I ever feel tempted to say, "May the force be with you," when you arrest someone? No, I don't feel tempted to say it to the people I arrest, but I have said it a number of times to my fellow officers, especially if they're driving one of the old patrol cars. Let's see. Hey, Miko. Howdy, howdy. Hey, Rune. I figured you would be the first one here. And, yeah, sorry about the headphones with all the Dremel noise. Yeah, Miko, I got, let's see. Let's pull it over here. Should be this, all-in-one paint and primer, rust protection, no standing, indoor, outdoor, so, there's the marble in it. To me, that's satisfying. For some reason, that reminds me of something as a kid. And no, I was not a graffiti artist when I was a kid. But it, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Anthony, I mean, I understand it, and I'm not, like, ticked off about it. But, over time, like, we're one of the lower paid agencies around. Really, I can't complain because, for one, I have a take-home patrol car, which means I don't have to spend money for wear and tear on my own vehicle. I don't have to buy gas for it. I don't have to, like actually my regular one is up there for the shop right now. Needs an oil change and there's a recall notice on it. So it's up there waiting to get done. And all I had to do was go up and switch out with the spare. And so, I mean, I really can't complain about a lot of stuff, but at the same time, where I was getting built-in overtime every week, I'm getting ready to do my tax returns, and looking at the numbers, I said, the last time I came close to this amount of money was when I was working 2 jobs. I was working police and working as a 911 dispatcher. So it's disappointing, and the budget cuts that are coming, and hopefully some things will be approved. Our budget process is a little bit different. I can't go into too much detail, but if things work out, I will be getting paid more money working 40 hours a week, which would be just 4 days during the week actually, and be getting paid way more money than what I was making with the overtime. So that's kind of what we're really hoping for. But also there's a chance that if that possibility does not work out, I may be looking to go for a locksmithing job a lot sooner than what I was planning on. So it just depends. We'll see what happens. my rule number one in life is that everything happens for a reason. Rule number two is that because everything happens for a reason, then everything will work out the way that it's supposed to. And then rule number three is you can't worry and stress about stuff that you can't change. You know? Doesn't pay off to get worried and worked up about stuff that you yourself cannot change. If you can change it, then do your best you can. You know? Stand up for what you believe in and do it. But sometimes you can stand up all you want to about, about bills being due on the first of the month. And that ain't gonna change. We all know that. All right. Let's look back over here real quick. Okay, Pocket Women. I'm glad. Glad I can be here at this early hour. I actually slept in this morning. I slept in till about 8 o'clock, actually. That's the latest I've slept in a while. Okay, you done a video. Entry video for Lock Sporter. Okay, cool. Yeah, uploading has always been the bane of my YouTube. That's, like I've talked about, that's how I started live. Doing stuff live. Let's see here. Yeah, Miko, the last Crown Vic I had, God, she had, what was it? I think she had about 190,000 miles on her, and I was far from the first person to have her. And that was a good card, and nothing was wrong with it at the time that it got taken from me, because I took care of her. God, that was a nice car. Yeah, I miss it. I will admit, the newer one, the Taurus that I have, has Bluetooth connectivity, whereas in the Crown Vic, I had to buy one of those Bluetooth to FM adapters. Which worked perfectly fine for what I needed it to, but anyway, but yeah, anyway, I miss that car. Let's look here. Yeah, Miko and Anthony, you're both right. You would make more money as a locksmith. I would definitely down here. This area is, close to Charlotte, but where I live is outside of that area that the prices always, go way up. Like taxes and property values and all that stuff, it's not really that big. But then you get down to, but if you can work in those areas, then you definitely make some good money. And, like down here where I live now, if I made $50,000 a year, I could, that would be, I can't imagine living off of $50,000 a year. Like, y'all would be getting something sent out to y'all like every other week. Um, I mean, and that's no exaggeration because, um, because of the cost of living where I am. So, yeah, if I could make that money working as a locksmith, that would be awesome. The the thing is, like Anthony was saying, though, it is complicated working, being self-employed. Um, that's, that is a lot to worry about. And fortunately, I've got some friends who, uh, they're self-employed and doing very well for themselves. Um, so it would definitely be a challenge, for sure. But I think I could do it. So we'll see what happens. That's all we can do. Just see what happens because this is completely on the one side is completely out of my hands. The other side, going into locksmithing, that is completely in my hands. So that's what I've got to focus on. That's why I'm going to be doing more studying and going to be coming out here to the shop more to do stuff like this because whenever I'm working on projects like this, I'm learning. Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. So definitely on this thing, and I may have to tap out for the screw on the plate here that holds the plate in. I was looking at that. It's kind of loose. So I'll probably have to tap that out to where it'll hold and maybe find a new screw. I'm not going to do that today, I don't think. But definitely the outside of this case needs to be painted. I don't know about the inside. Because again, the stuff's going to be moving and rubbing. I don't know. I mean, what do y'all think? Paint the outside and then, mask the inside, paint the outside, and just oil the inside. And then same with, with these bits, like the bolt and the latch, the lever for the lock. Do they just need a good coat of Houdini? Or do I need to go one step further and season them like I would a cast iron skillet? I'm interested to hear. So let's look here. G Key Man, hey G Key Man, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for that email. I know I've not replied to it yet, but thank you for the email. That looks exactly like the regard that I have. Should be this guy. There he is. So I'm going to take him apart and try to, well, he's already apart. I'm going to try to put it back together. Maybe this weekend. And since I'm going to have extra days during the week, or an extra day during the week, then maybe I'll do that. Let's see here. Yeah, as far as bluing the inside, that might be an idea. To use bluing on these parts. Actually, I like that. I don't have any bluing. But I imagine I could order some. I don't think anywhere around here carries it. And I know it's not that expensive, so I can do that. Yeah. Yeah, pocket women, I saw, carpenter's rule, don't paint the hardware. I just don't want the outside to rust over again on this thing. So I think y'all remember when I got this lock, it was just nothing but like a square chunk of rust. I mean, you could barely make out the Corbin logo on it. And then, like, I think about a week after I got it, and I showed y'all on a live, I went and actually, like, spent the day using heavy rust remover, navel jelly, and just a wire bristle brush, and soaking it in vinegar baths and all kinds of hard work that I really care not to repeat. And then it just went on the shelf because I didn't have a key for it, and I wanted to have a key. And now that I do have a key, I can put the thing together and it'll work. But I just don't want to put it together and then it rust up on me. I want it to actually look good. So maybe bluing for everything actually would be better than just a couple light coats of this. The more I think about it, the more I think that's what I'm going to do. It's just get some bluing. Now, on the outside of this part of the case, I'm going to definitely, if I do that, I'm definitely going to have to go and take off what's left of this enamel on the outside. So that's going to be more time with the Dremel, and I'll spare y'all another Dremel, another Dremel laced tirade. But yeah, okay. I mean, I'm kind of happy with it, though. I mean, not kind of, I am happy with it. I'm still trying to get me some more rubber mats, because I think I want one. Well, I definitely want another one for the bench over here. And then, I'm going to show y'all this over here. Y'all can see the, see where the key bench is. I put up a new shelf up here. I've got all my space and depth key sets up top. Got a new light to go under here, and put up some of the foam core backboard. That way it will reflect some of the light better, make it better for videos. But I still want another rubber mat for here, but I may wait until I reevaluate this top, because eventually I need to get a full sheet of plywood to go across here and then cut it down to the width that I need it. Yeah. So let's see. Let's look over here at the comments. What are y'all doing? Yeah, Miko, I mean, I'm decent at paperwork. I'm not, like, I don't know a lot about, I guess you could say, like, billing or, accounting. I'm halfway decent at, because that's just addition and subtraction, really. But I mean, as far as paperwork, I've been asked to teach classes on report writing, because I'm just very, very detailed on my incident reports that I write, and I've actually had judges compliment me on that. So that's something. Their paperwork, as long as I know what paperwork I need to do, I can do it. When it gets into stuff like taxes, that's kind of a different story. Inventory, I'm one of those people that I could tell you everything that's in this shop, and even before I cleaned it, I could tell you where everything was. But as far as putting that down in writing, I could do that if I had the time. I could definitely do that. And then even organize it to location to where I would know or have it on paper as to where things are. So stuff like that doesn't really bother me. It's just some of the other stuff, like I said, like, taxes and payroll stuff. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's look here. Yeah, GK man. Yeah, Michael Manard does have some good video on combination locks. I've not watched his channel in a while, but I will go check it out. Thanks, Bucket Women. Yeah. Yeah, I like the way it turned out, and actually using this foam core. And this is just, foam core board. Let's see. Okay, no, I'm not frozen. Alright, I thought I was frozen for a second. This is just, foam core board like you would use for a kid's, science fair project or something. And I've actually got dark foam core board in the windows now instead of using the little insulator panels. I've got those up there, and they work very well. Actually, I didn't get them cut out exact, but that's okay because I wanted them to be easy to get in and out. But what I was saying is, if you take some of the white foam core board and then have a bright enough light on it, that's going to reflect out and diffuse the light and make things look bigger, I guess. So I do like it. And eventually, one day, I might actually paint the inside of the shop here a lighter color, because I've never really, been enthusiastic about all this dark gray, dark brown, dark gray, dark green. It's not really my style. So, let's look. Yes, Miko. I mentioned that in my Twitch. I did get it. So, actually, while you're here, I'm going to set all this mess aside over here. And we're going to do an opening. I have it ready to open. Pile all that stuff up here. I think I am going to go with the bluing on that. That'll give me time to work on the set screw. So instead of... What I was thinking about doing is taking us outside here. Shoot, let me get... Might be better. This angle. I was actually thinking about taking us all outside, because today, like I said, today's just, it's kind of my day off today. And I'm hanging out here, and I invited y'all to come hang out with me. So I understand if y'all need to leave, if you got dinner to attend to, other things to attend to, if you got to get up for breakfast, that's fine. Let's see here. Let's look. This is from Miko. And Miko, I wasn't sure if you were going to be here today, so that's why I was setting this aside to do it on Saturday. But since you're here today, we're going to do this. I'm excited to see you, too. Let's see here. Woo! Awesome. Your Denny. Okay, so this is the multi-lock clone you were talking about. Beautiful finish on there. I'm not even going to touch it with my dirty hands, but here's the key for it. That's very interesting. It doesn't look, from the key, it does not look like it's pin in pin like the multi-lock. Of course, it works perfect. And that's sort of your standard multi-lock tailpiece, made in Israel. Okay. Which of course is where multi-lock is originally from, it's Israel. Let's look here and see. We got some cams, some hardware, screws, have a cylinder rim, faceplate rim, and then of course the code card for the keys. So that's awesome. Yeah, we'll I'll tell you what, Miko, let's see. I'm going to guess that this other one is a different, or is another one of those. Look at this. What I may do is pick between now and Saturday. Yeah. Here we got another one. I'm not even going to take this one out of the package there. Same tailpiece. Keys, everything. Okay, cool. Miko, I really, really appreciate this. I mean, this is just awesome. I've never seen the Yardeni brand before, so that's interesting to see. I might do a standalone video on it, or I might pick it. I might pick it Saturday on live. I'm not sure. Let's see, what time is it? It's about 1:45 now, so I'm actually going to start wrapping it up a little bit. Let me get moved around here. Sorry, guys. Sorry, folks. There we go. Woohoo! Okay, so put this back over here. Yeah. So Miko, thank you definitely for those. Let's see. I will probably. So I've got a few other things I need to do today. That's why I'm getting ready to end up here in a minute. If I don't get it picked on Saturday live, well, regardless of what we do Saturday, I will make a standalone video on those. I just don't know if that standalone video will be today or after Saturday. Apparently I'm going to have an extra day of the week, so anyway, So anyway, folks, I do appreciate each and every one of you. I know this was completely unscheduled, unplanned. I know y'all have either days that are ending, or you're in the middle of the day, or like Pocket Women, you're getting ready to just begin. So, I really do appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you, and hopefully, one day soon, I will be able to express that and get some stuff out in return to you guys. So anyway, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end up now, and still got with my bench set up. I still need light from this direction, like from here there, and I haven't figured it out. I got this little guy here from from Walmart yesterday. It's got a magnetic back on it and a little hook. And this sucker's bright. I mean, he's got just that little part right there for a little, pin light, and then we've got that for the actual spotlight. And my thinking was I could stick it right here on the arm for the camera, and it sticks there, but it's not very secure. Like, I think I would want to find a steel plate and drill it onto there, which I'm not sure if that would even really be worth it. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But let's look here. Okay, it's supposed to be gold. Okay, cool. Alright, alright guys, so sorry about that light. I didn't see that one blasting up at me. Alright, well Miko, thank you again. And again, thank all of y'all for stopping by. I don't know, this will probably be a thing. I don't know about Twitch. It was an experiment today. So next week, I'm not sure which day exactly that I will be off and doing this. My videos, I like to do my live videos early in the morning because I actually have more energy earlier in the day. Even though I'm not really a morning person sometimes. Sometimes I am. So, anyway, I will try to keep up my signature sign off. But I appreciate y'all. Again, thank you again. Pocket Women, yes, go feed your kitties. Mine ran out of water during the night last night. And because I only put a little bit in their water, that way I'm reminded to change it so they have fresh water constantly. And I didn't remember last night, so yeah, that I got woken up with paws around my throat and a 20-pound cat sitting on my chest saying, "I'm thirsty." Anyway. Let's see. Pete, that's a great idea. Because I actually have some of those. I actually have some of those right now. Sitting over there. I will spearmint and peppermint and see what I can come up with. Thank y'all. Alrighty. Yep. Alright, everybody enjoy your day. Let's see if I can keep up with my signature sign off. Because I always, on my end, it always comes out right. On your end, it always comes out cut off mid-sentence. So, y'all be careful. Be safe, be happy, be healthy, and stay out of trouble.